Okay, this is on. This is on. Battery charger on. O2 sensor. Now we got two O2 sensors we're gonna compare today. Let me get it started, warm it up as my customer is on his way.
As usual for a weekend at Nick's garage, the place is humming like a beehive. Two of his brother's race cars are in the shop for work, and there's plenty of other customer jobs to be done as well. But right now, the priority is getting this 440 ready for some dyno testing.
That's it. Put a bit. That's it. Okay. Push it in. Slide it back.
And there we go.
I'm hoping we're hitting for a 450. That's what my client's looking for. But then again, he's putting it into a truck, so I'm looking for more torque than I'm looking for horsepower. So, you know what? We're gonna make some tests and find out. Come out with 440 with ported heads, flat top pistons, with the 452 castings with an Elderbach dual plane high rise. And we'll make a few shots right now and see how it goes. And it is going on a Dodge 89 W100 4x4.
Nick broke in the cam on the 440 last night when he put the engine on the dyno. But he's waiting for his client to be here to do the final pull for numbers.
I want you to see, we did the timing yesterday, we did the air fuel ratio. And I was waiting for you, so now we're gonna make the initial startup and see how it goes. And we've got more torque than horsepower, which is gonna be perfect for you, but this is a 4x4, right?
Right.
You
got a number already.
Hey?
You got numbers.
I'm gonna show it to you in a minute.
Don't tell me, okay.
It's got good torque numbers, especially, and the band is flat. It's gonna carry your truck for a while with the numbers we have. We got our 440 here, our customer Louis here, and let's get it started.
While Nick is doing some pulls today, Phil and Johnny are in the control room, helping him set up a new oxygen sensor.
Oh, there you go. Nick.
Some of Nick's clients are cruisers. They just want easy drivability. Other guys are street racers, looking for maximum horsepower and speed. But Louis wants to put his power plant in a 4x4 truck, so he's looking for torque and grunt. So when Nick and his brother Phil picked out the parts for this build, they chose a camshaft that would provide good torque all across the RPM band. And now, it's up to the dyno to see if they got it right.
We're gonna go from 29 to 54 at 300 RPMs per second. Okay?
Louis is drooling over the sound of his engine and wants his final numbers. But the 440 is running a little lean. Nick and Phil are still calibrating the new oxygen sensor. They're not even sure if they'll keep it, so they want to make sure before they do any rejetting.
I'm making another test back to back just to see if we get the same numbers as this previous test. And here we go. Jack, keep an eye on this. Yeah.
The new O2 sensor isn't agreeing with the old one that Nick has used and trusted for years. But as usual, Nick knows more than one way around a problem.
I'm going to check the air-fuel ratio. I'm going to check the color of the plug right now. I was just checking to see if the engine's running very rich or very lean. So I'm just taking a look at the spark plug. That only has a couple of runs, but so far we're in the right direction with the air-fuel ratio. So it looks pretty good. I'm going to keep testing it and see the results later on. God, it's hot. Ay, 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 ay.
While Nick gets the 440 one step closer to completion, new projects keep coming in. This morning, after a slice of cold pizza for breakfast, Oliver is getting down to work pulling apart this 351 Cleveland. That's going to be part of a very special build. This is Nick's customer Chris, and he's smiling because these pictures were taken on the day that he got to help pull his engine for his one-of-a-kind Mad Max Interceptor project. Not every shop will let customers pitch in like this, but there isn't any shop like Nick's garage. The Interceptor in the film Mad Max was a 1973 Ford Falcon, but Chris is basing his project on a 1970 Torino. This is the car's original 351 Cleveland. Nick's going to do a complete rebuild on the engine before tucking it back under the custom hood and that switch-operated movie blower. This 351 was put together long before Oliver was even born. But he still has a real connection to the engine that he's taking apart today.
I actually have my great-grandfather's Ford ring. He worked for Ford in the 60s. I have a ring, certified Ford technician. And my uncle had given me along with my great-grandfather.
While Oliver finishes disassembling the 351, Vasily is helping Nick in the dyno room. Nick decided that Louis' 440 is running a little lean after all, so they're jetting up and going to make some more pulls.
Out the jets on the carbon, and I'm going to make another test and see how it goes. There we go.
Louis' 440 is dialed in perfectly. No noise, vibration, or leaks. Nick's got the cam broken in, and the air-fuel ratio and timing are on the button. The final numbers with Nick's 750 Holley carburetor are looking strong too. Over 6 pulls, the engine averaged 439 horses, and a stump pulling 522 foot-pounds of torque. Just another one of the very beautiful and very capable toys to roll out of Nick's garage. And thanks everyone for checking out Nick's merchandise. We appreciate your support.